Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wandering Wednesday. My name is Fonnie D, and I channel through the cards. I also am a prolific dreamer, and there's a lot of us coming out now. And so we're all coming together. We're feeling the energy that we need to feel, and we're coming together. I have some great energy that came out when I did my channeling. And today is 3/18 of 2025, which is a 21, which is a 3. And anytime we get the 3, that's the father, son, and mother, it's a divine message. And this message was very feminine today, but I think it's something that also the men need to listen to because they do have a feminine side, whether they want to admit it or not. And we have a masculine side also. And sometimes we get them kind of confused in our daily thing where we need to use feminine instead of masculine. And that's the idea of balancing yourself out. So if you can balance yourself out, use the masculine when you need to use it and the feminine when you need to use it. That's the compassion, feminine, strength, masculine. And we always start with a soul helper oracle because a soul helper oracle, gives you the meaning of a perception of the numbers that are coming up. And we know that 3 is a divine message. It always has been. And now I got to search for my glasses. There they are. Um, the energy out there right now is just wonky. And I know what's going to happen next. I hate to say it, but we've been saying it for 4 years. Uh, they're going to bring the military in, and it's going to be interesting because there's still all kinds of really left-wing people that are hurting people. They're harming people because of their opinion, and they need to tone the opinion down. Okay, we all can have an opinion. And that's just what it is, an opinion. But we don't want to go out fighting for the wrong opinion. So let's kind of wind it down a little bit. A friend of mine always said unwind and unbind. We got a number 27, which is a 9. And I love the 9. The 9 is a great, it goes into itself any way you look at it. So it's like a powerful number. And we got a wonderful surprise is coming. Something entirely new awaits you. Uh, she is coming out from behind the fan. And she has her eyes wide open. And she's like, wow, I've never seen that before. It's like total surprise. Drawing this card heralds a surprise. Something completely new will appear on your soul path. It will take the form of a unique and magical opportunity, something more significant than it might at first appear, or an enchanting and uplifting encounter. It is an opportunity that should not be ignored. These are the moments that make our lives magical and worthwhile. Moment that carry the promise of adventure and a song of freedom. What could make life sweeter than a wonderful, joyful surprise? You have drawn this card at this time, as there is a chance that you might otherwise miss the surprise or even a risk that you might spoil it, which would be a great shame. Place this card somewhere prominent nearby as a visual aid and daily reminder. Go out and meet with friends or coworkers. Do something with like-minded people and live your life in the near future like a child, carefree and playful. Be silly, even a bit irrational. The real surprise in life, those that are of true value, are best seen through the eyes of a child. Keep the otter with you as a power animal. And since otters love water, why not seek out some water too? Your soul helper oracles for the next 21 days, the power animals of the otter. Herbal essence oil is vanilla. Healing crystal is sherbero, and number is 9. And we're going to look at the 9, but like I told you, in my opinion, 9 is just, it goes into itself. It's just a really unique number. And 369 was a great Tesla number. So, what kind of a surprise do we have coming? Number 9 reveals that you have something new to learn. Be open, receptive, and curious enough to seek it out. You will then find wisdom and an unconditional, deep healing love. Number 9 will help you reach a point of completion so that you can turn your attention to the mysteries of the unknown and the new. Its energy field is indestructible without being inflexible. Number 9 always remains true to itself. 9 plus 9 is 18, whose digits add up to 9. 9 times 9 is 81, whose digits add up to 9. Multiply any number by 9, then add the two digits of the resulting number together, and they always add up to 9. It is almost as if it is absorbing every other number through this calculation. Number 9 teaches you how to do this, to accept the powers offered to you in order to achieve perfection. This number is fulfillment and completion, but also a beginning and an end. We have to remember that this is kind of the end of the old guard and the beginning of the new. So we have to really think about how we want to live in the new world. And we are going to a new world, kind of. It's here, but it's going to be all new and fresh and beautiful for a while. Who knows? Maybe a long time, but uh it all depends on how many of the baddies we get and how many of the goodies come forward. And I feel that there should be a lot of goodies coming forward. We just have to use our best perception and not judge people. Uh, we are gonna go to the intuitive whisper oracle. It's a 2, and it's unraveling. What is unraveling? The lotus flower. The lotus flower is the most amazing flower. It comes from the murky waters and blooms, and it's the most beautiful fragrance. Unraveling is an opportunity to let go of the parts of yourself that have been holding you back. This transformational journey back to your intuitive self is like peeling off the layers of an onion. Each layer that is uncovered, bringing a deeper understanding of yourself, creating a new confidence and ease. By choosing this card, you are ready to peel off another layer. Where are you feeling most stuck in your life, work, romance, or self-confidence? In order to unravel, you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Look inward to uncover fears and insecurities in this area. Remember, vulnerability is power, not weakness. The more you understand yourself, the freer you will become. That's interesting that it said, look inward to uncover fears and insecurities in the area. Remember, vulnerability is power, not weakness. Vulnerability is the eyes of a child, and that is what Source listens to when we are at our childlike, purest moments and we are connecting to Source. Source is listening. And he's throwing things at us to see how we are going to react and see how we can come above this. Did we level up enough to ride the wave, to get over it? How to unravel. This unraveling process will help you tap into your subconscious and uncover what's been blocking you from reaching your full potential. Grab a notebook, write this prompt at the top of your page and fill in the blanks. My lack of self-confidence is holding me back. Allow yourself to write free form for 3 pages. Don't take your pen off the page. Don't write to make sense or read it back. Write with curiosity and just keep writing. Now you have started the journey of unraveling. From here, you can begin to rebuild yourself into the person you choose to be. That is a beautiful message because that is what we need to do. We need to unravel it to see where we are and where we want to be in life. Because, like I said, we're all unique. So when we're unraveling, we have different aspects of other conscious souls. And I'll tell you, when we all kind of come together on the same frequency, uh, you'll see amazing things happen. I always love some of these messages because some of these messages are so meaningful, especially to me too, because I'm still going, you realize you went through the dark night of the soul, but you now realize that you will always go through a dark night of the soul. It's the polarity, the positive and negative. And that is what we always go through. But how the idea is, how are we going to handle the negative? We know we're going to be joyful and positive with the positive, but how are we going to handle the negative when it comes to our surface? How we react is very important because we have to learn how to walk away from these triggers and not make them worse than they really were. We got the Star Seed Oracle and we got Earthed, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. When we as a soul come into this human avatar, it takes a while to get used to it. We come from birth, we're growing, we're being taught, and we're spitting some of the stuff out that we're being taught because deep down in our soul, we know it doesn't matter. It was fake. It wasn't what you see these kids in school and they're really interested in something and then they go to another class and they don't even care about that. We have to really look at how we're educating these children now. We got indoctrinated, basically. We need free flow. They need beautiful meditation and naps, beautiful common sense classes, enjoying nature and getting out and grounding. There's so much that these children should be doing. And when we indoctrinate them with the bias baloney, uh, that's what they become. So Earth, and she's in a beautiful, magical, it looks like diamond cocoon type thing. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. The challenge for all souls having a human experience is to be in the world, but not of it. To realize they are souls having a human experience and be fully conscious of it. To have their soul fully embody their body. People's personality tend to relate to either transcendence or immanence. Those who lean towards transcendence have a longing for the heavens and the metaphysical. They yearn for a personal experience with God and to be lost in the heavens. They're envious of the angels and are more comfortable praying and hanging out in the stars than on earth. Those who tend toward immensing have attached themselves more to earth and their body. They spend more time thinking about things in this physical world rather than connecting with the heavens or their own mystical inner worlds. Being a fully embodied soul, having a human experience means finding the balance between transcendence and immanence, being in the world, but not of it. Most star seeds are drawn towards transcendent. They're more comfortable with the angels and the heavens. Life on earth can be more difficult for them. If this is you, you're being reminded that you choose to be a soul in a body on earth, and you're being called to focus more of your energies in the physical world, to learn more how to be human, a soul in a human body, fully presented to what life on earth has to offer you. Now, the starseed inquiry, do you tend to long for the stars or be more in the physical? How can you find greater balance between the two? Now, I would write that down. I really would. And I would think about how you can have a greater balance between the positive and negative. Because I've seen people like Linus with the blanket on Charlie Brown, where he's always got this dust ball around his head, and people are trying to change him and make him clean and give him a bath. But Linus feels comfortable like that. He obviously, I think it's Linus, little dust guy. Obvious, no, maybe it isn't Linus. I don't know. Obviously, the little dust guy likes himself that way. How can you find greater balance between the two? So, do you want to be positive or do you want to be negative? I mean, that's how to find it. There is sometimes in life where you do need to be, a little negative, maybe ask questions. It's hard not to get negative when you hear something really crazy. But I think this earth was a good message because I mean, we are attached and we are earthed. I think that these messages that are coming out of these cards are helping us along the journey and quest of our life, our daily journey. I'll tell you, some of this stuff that's coming out is just insane. And we've just got to sit back and go, are you kidding me? I'm like, whoa. And we have to just kind of meditate on it because there's so much going on out there. Sometimes your mind and your thoughts and your consciousness can't even catch up because it's so estranged. You're going to go into the actual channeling. These other cards are just extra messages. I love the idea of the other cards because they bring kind of another meaning into the mist. So today, basically, we got embrace the feminine. And I have this feeling, and I've got to cover her bosom because they don't like beautiful bodies. I don't want to get taken off of YouTube. But yeah, she is amazing. And she's in all nature, but she's got the egg that's cracked. Within ourselves, there is two aspects to our nature, the feminine and the masculine. Here in the present, you need to embrace the feminine aspect of your nature and let it guide your steps. Now is a time to be nurturing, creative, and to connect with nature, home, and heart. Listen to your intuition and emotions. Be receptive and compassionate. But remember, whilst you allow your feminine self to be dominant, you need to temper your gentleness with a fire that denies all meekness. I kept, this was interesting. And I knew we had got this because, of course, I seen it when it came out. But this is the new that's coming out. This egg is the new. And she's showing you that you have to be compassionate right now. There's some things going on that we have to remember when we need to be there and when we don't need to be there. Uh, but yeah, you have to be careful right now on this earth because we have to know when we use the feminine or the masculine. Now, we got the special reading and we got a regular reading. Okay, now we are going to go to the Enchanted Map Oracle. We got some great messages out of that. And we've got a number 53, and it's listening. And it's got the elephant with the little bird and music coming out of the bird, and he's listening. An open heart will hear the messages. When this card appears, you're being reminded that there is a time to speak and a time to be silent. Now is an occasion for listening. Pay attention not only to what is being spoken, but also to what is not being said at the moment. For the deeper message is not always obvious. Listen with your heart, not just your ears, and you'll find clarity. Receiving the listening card is a fortunate sign and ensures a greater understanding of your circumstances. Remember, we just had the card a few days ago. Listen, listen, hear, hear. Sometimes we need to be observers, and I'm working on that because I'm more of a helper talker and I need to observe more, silence myself more. And, you know, elephants remember everything and they're very intelligent animals. Okay, so we've been talking about when you have to use the polarity, the masculine versus the feminine, how you need to balance both of them out in your daily craziness. Now we got the Seven of Pentacles, and he came in upside down. He's got it looks like my husband out there with a wheelbarrow and a shovel and sunflowers. He's planting sunflowers for me. He's listening, but he's upside down. Unfinished work, procrastination, low efforts, waste, lack of growth, setbacks, impatient, lack of reward. The Seven of Pentacles reversed may indicate that the asker has not been receiving a return on the investment they put into a project, job, or relationship. The energy and resources they provided have not reaped the harvest they envisioned. There is no doubt that you are worried about money right now. You may have to abandon a project due to financial problems, or perhaps you have borrowed too much or taken out a large loan. Well, that isn't us because we're not in debt for anything. But I'm sure a lot of people, I think everybody's living on credit right now. Me and my husband gave up the credit card years ago, and that was the best thing that we ever did. It hinders you sometimes because you can't just go out and buy everything, but we can go out and buy what we need to buy and not have a bill coming in. So we really actually enjoy it. And if it is upside down, everything's falling out of the wheelbarrow anyway. It's amazing he hasn't lost his hat. Okay, now the next card that we got in the Enchanted Map Oracle was a 35. And 35 is an 8, and it's education, unity. We all have to relearn because a lot of things that have been told to us, they're lies. So we need to figure out Columbus did not discover America. The Indians and stuff were already here. So that's just, if you're learning that in school, just forget about it. Life is filled with lessons. Be teachable. Wisdom comes from participating in life, not just reading about it. This card suggests that you might not have enough knowledge about what you seek, the direction to take your circumstances, or the nature of your inquiry. Important information is coming. Now is the time to go to school, ask a person who might know more than you do, or find a teacher or a course of study so that you can more clearly understand what the next right action must be. Sometimes life unexpectedly sends you to an unfamiliar school, and you must learn to experience. Now is a time to be teachable, open to changing your perception, notation. Be a student and be willing to state the most powerful mantra of all. I don't know yet. A lot of people do not want to use the word I don't know. So they want to know everything. We all want to know everything, but we don't. So I like the fact that they're saying I don't know yet. So actually you want to learn what you don't know. And that is how actually the Q movement came about. We were learning, we were going into quests and little hints and stuff like solving a puzzle. And it was the puzzle of our life. What a puzzle to solve. 35, another eight, which is infinity. She has it looks like Tinkerbell and Peter Pan as the female version, but she's got so much energy coming out of that book, and she's got the beautiful white herring looking at her. She's in nature, she's sitting on the rocks, there's water around her, and she's got little Tinkerbell just with the energy showing her the book, and she's very in depth with it. We really need to learn new things. I mean, there is so much that I have no clue about because I never really wanted to have a clue about it. I think sometimes we need to know things. And then we got the Ace of Wands, which was reversed again. Oh, thank you. He fixed my bracelet that I wear all the time. The feather started coming off, the silver feather. So he glued it back on for me because I absolutely love this bracelet. Okay. Ace of Wands reversed. He's got his hand out. It looks like a male's hand. And the hummingbirds are flying around, which the energy's sparkling. He's got dirt in his hands and he's got a beautiful tree with flowers on it coming out. But reversed, if you look at it, it looks like he's planting it or something. It's like upside down, but I'm going to turn it around and put the dirt in. And yeah, delays, blocks, lack of passion, lack of energy, hesitancy, creative blocks. The reverse Ace of Wands indicates trials and tribulations that you may face in the near future. You might feel directless, directionless, which can lead to feeling uninspired and unmotivated. The reverse Ace of Wands can also indicate delays with your current projects. You may want to finish your tasks, but there may be obstacles getting in your way. Yeah, I think we're going to have some obstacles here and there, but it won't be anything to deter us because remember, that obstacle that you are not aware of, it might be something you need to learn. Okay. So we're not gonna make those obstacles feel bad when they appear in our readings because this is a collective reading. And it might not pertain to me at all. It might pertain to another person out there because we're all different, but we are the same in consciousness, but we are uniquely different. We also got a number 52, and that's a 7. Magical map shifter. Are we going on a quest? I know a lot of people have been, my one gal, she's been puzzle piecing it together. We've been on a quest for a while. Now she's on her quest. She's been going through some stuff too, just like all of us. We're all going through it and we're all trying to bring it together. And I'm working on something right now. And I'm going to talk to some people and I'm looking at something different too on here. So, Spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny. When the magical map shifter card appears and arrives in your reading, it comes with a mission to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. Perhaps you may meet a soulmate whose presence invites you to be the best you that you can be, or someone who leads you out of difficulty and into a place of safety or success. Pay attention to those individuals who cross your path today and cause you to reflect on your journey. Be awake and aware, and you'll recognize them for the important change agents they are. Your whole perspective about who you are and why you are here will shift. The magical map shifter always initiates you into a better version of yourself. And the map shifter has, let's see, she's got a crown with jewels. and nature and behind the moon. Look at the energy circling around her. But she's got the fan feathers or whatever they are. She's also got a compass right here and a compass right here in her heart. So her heart is showing her the way, but she's got the compass and the key is right here floating in the air. She's even got the key and she's got gold, beautiful gold wings. And I just felt like Archangel Michael was with us. I just heard that. So that is amazing. And with that, the map shifter, we got a Knight of Wands. And you know, the Knight of Wands looks like he's going on a quest. He's got his beautiful doggy. He's in the water. His eyes are closed and he's just smiling. He's got his hat on, he's got his suspenders, and he's out in nature. Let's see what he's up to. Courageous, energetic, charming, hero, rebellious, hot, hot-tempered, free-spirited. The Knight of Wands represents adventure, pursuit, and passion. This card signifies the asker may be in a period where they are charging ahead with a creative project. Explore the horizon that exists outside your comfort zone. The Knight of Wands can also indicate travel and the urge for adventure. It is time to embrace spontaneity and fearlessness. It travels If travel is not possible, the asker is encouraged to try new activities and break free from their routine. Yeah, my husband and I have trying to break our routine. We've been in a routine for a long time and we want to break it. Now, the last card from the Enchanted Map Oracle was Coming to Life. 29, which is an 11, which is a master number. It is a very strong message. Look at that beautiful card. She's got a butterfly down here. She's got magic all around, and it looks like she's breaking out of the statue of being in limbo. And look at the beautiful magic sphere they're holding. That's a beautiful card. Something beautiful is being born in your life. When you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you've shed skin and identities and created new ones, or at the very least, mature in your ideas about yourself and the world you inhabit. You know, things take time, and spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. This card indicates that a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to coax it along or shape it according to your desire. Spirit knows the best form for the manifestation of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time for reverence and awe. Allow the contours of your path to be carved by the hand of the divine. All you have to do is show up. This is a great card, and we have shown up. We have to remember who we were and who we are. Now the clarifier with the shapeshifter is the Empress, number 3. Remember how it said the divine, that's an 11. This is a 3. Divine, feminine, sensuality, fertility, nurturing, creativity, beauty, abundance, and nature. The Empress shows us how deeply we are embedded in our femininity. Femininity can be associated with fertility, expression, creativity, and nurturing, among many other aspects. The Empress card could also mean the birth of a new idea, businesses or projects in your life. Owning to the good fortune that surrounds this card, you can be sure that such situations and projects would end successfully in your life. Yeah, so like I said, sometimes we have to remember that we have to figure out which appropriate time is the masculine and feminine we need to use. And that's how to get balanced out. Now we have a special message that came out with the Dreams of Gaia. And the Dreams of Gaia had more to say than one card. Really had more to say than one card. So the first one we got was the air card, the 10 of air, which is a one. It's like creation. Okay, now the Dreams of Gaia, it's been yelling at me all day for some reason. Ten of air, time of independence. Say goodbye to the public persona, no longer bound by another's opinion. Walk your own path. Humans are paradoxical by nature. See and know your potential. The self is whole. Time to grow up and leave home. She's walking away. Her back is towards us. She's got butterflies in her hair. And she's going into the unknown. He, she, whatever it is. And they've got the third eye over them with source completely around them. And these are butterflies right here, but these are fairies with like butterfly wings. And as you see, she's going into a portal and it looks like it's in the cosmic, in space. The process of individualization leads to becoming oneself, to stepping away from the eternal forces that we believe define us, to becoming an independent being who recognizes and embraces their own uniqueness and individuality. It is about removing the mask we present to the public so that we are liked and respected and accepted. The face we wear so we fit in and belong no longer are our public face and private life very different. We represent our face to the world, and if it is not liked, then so be it. If it makes us a black sheep in a flock of white sheep, then so be it. We would rather be honest and accepted by the few than to be what family and society expects. Individualization is being who you are meant to be, as opposed to being the person society tells us we should be. It is breaking free from the caring about what people think. Sister, there's nothing out there. Just got to give one more bark just to make sure there's nothing out there. It is about removing the mask we present to the public. And that basically that, yeah, that's a big message. How many of us do take our mask off when we're in public? We want to be something we're not, to be accepted by that person. But you know what? Even if you pretend to be something you're not, once they really get to know you and you have differences and they didn't notice that, they may not like. So what does it matter? No longer are our public face and private life very different. We present our face to the world, and if not liked, so be it. We would rather be honest and accepted by the few than be what family or society expects. I had to read that again because that's what we have to think about. What society thinks. I don't care what society thinks. I'm going to be me. It is integrating conscious and unconscious soul and shadow, the masculine and the feminine, and creating a whole where the self resides at the center. No longer does duality separate and divide. All is in harmony and working in unison. You are whole, complete, and ever evolving. I like that. And that evolution is not a linear process. It is a circulatory process of viewing the self and seeing it from multiple perceptives and accepting and integrating all of the facets and aspects into the whole. No aspect is ugly or beautiful, none good or bad, none better or worse. Each has its place and purpose as part of a beautiful whole, as part of the beautiful whole. To individual is to see and know your potential and to step forward into the unknown and meet it. You are willing to step away from all that you were so that you may become all that you choose to be. In this process, your perception is altered forever. You are forever transformed. No more are you willing to embrace old paradigms that limit and restrict, that espouse a belief that says you should not or cannot. You move forward into the great mystery with confidence, knowing that even when life offers conflict and chaos, when we remain at the center, we have peace. When the Ten of Air appears in your reading, it represents a time in your life after we have chosen to step free of the mask and wear only one face in private and public. No longer do we hide our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings in order to be accepted, liked, or respected. We have turned our back on expectation, on con convention and mediocrity, on normalcy, to embrace and accept who we are and stand tall and proud. It is time to separate yourself from the herd and to walk your own path. Step through the doorway and begin a life where new paradigms replace the old, and you are free to be the best you that you can be instead of the you society tells you that you must be. Um, that was perfect timing because I think a lot of us are in disguise. We're like a magician when we go out because it's like I've seen people, I've been really close to people before, and then they go out and they're the totally opposite person that I knew behind closed doors. And I'm like, what just happened? And they're like, oh, I gotta be this, I gotta be that. Okay, yeah. So you gotta be fake. That's what you're telling me. You gotta be fake. Okay. It's up to you. It's your world, not mine. Okay, we got on that one, we got the Eight of Cups. And this is change, just like the five. It's change. It's time to take your leave, and this is exactly the right time to move on. You may have already left the relationship, home, job, or other commitment at an emotional level, so there's little drama or moral struggle to contend with as you say a quiet goodbye. You are ready for change. The card can also reveal a journey or change of scene, such as going on vacation or taking short trips away. Advice for this card is follow your heart and go forward. Endings, departure, journeys, motivation, transition, travel, and vacations. Remember, vacation, you're going on a quest, you're going on an adventure, and you're ready for change. I think a lot of us are. I think a lot of us have been walking around kind of crazy like and not really knowing who we are and what we are anymore. Okay. Now, as I said, this is a lot of feminine energy, but that's okay, guys. You have feminine energy. Uh, we got the mother. And she's got the beautiful turtle, the mushrooms around her, and she's pregnant. She's got her halo of flowers around her, her beautiful scepter with a green snake around it, and a couple doorways right behind her. Love without condition, encourage gifts and talents, emotional intimacy and affection, be supportive, embrace abundance, and let go of expectations. We are all different. Nurture ideas and goals, voice thoughts and feelings, forgive past failures, release control of others, emotional manipulation. Her womb is the void in which new life forms safe, nurturing, and protected by her body. She is the earthly universe in which a cosmic soul takes on physical form. There is no more sacred or intimate bond than that of mother and child. She is the mother, nurturer, protector, and creator. She is the very essence of non-sexual intimacy, patience, compassion, unconditional love, and forgiveness, willing to place the needs of her child before her own. Nor is that love reserved only for a child born of her womb. For the highest ideal of the mother is a woman who extends her unconditional love to all who dwell in the world around her, without question of whether or not that love is deserved. The mother gives without hesitation or reservation. She is both teacher and guide, encouraging her children to reveal and nurture their talents. In this way, she gifts them with healthy levels of self-belief, self-esteem, and confidence. The mother is also symbolic of a fertile and abundant mind, a mind where ideas take root. The mother is willing to nurture those ideas and provide what is necessary in order for them to grow and blossom. Love that card. Now, what came out with the mother was the Queen of Pentacles. Kindness, compassion, love. The Queen. Be hands-on, get involved, give practical help, and share your knowledge with those who need it. This affectionate, generous woman is the wise helper we all want in our lives, a lover of nature, home, and her family. She is particularly and down to earth as the You card in a reading. This queen shows you that now is the time to focus on key tasks and spend your money wisely. An additional meaning is that an influential woman at work supports your career. That was a perfect card for the mother, kindness. What could be kinder? And I know people are saying, well, my mother wasn't kind. I get it. You know, you might have had a father that had more feminine and was more compassionate than the mother. That happens. It's not about your avatar and what the avatar is. It's about your consciousness. Now, we got the Five of Water, feeling alone and isolated, without hope, consumed by fear and doubts, unable to see a way forward, trapped in the moment, feeling angry and betrayed, mourn your loss, playing the victim. I call this the praying, meditating woman. As you see, she's got her hands clasped. She's got her eyes closed, and these beautiful golden fish are trying to get her attention because the light is coming down into the water. The Five of Water represents feeling of fear, doubt, and hopelessness that can cloud our minds and heart and give rise to confusion, misunderstanding, and anger. These emotions are often born of our own pain or insecurities and can cloud our ability to see the love that surrounds us. I'm going to stop right there for a minute. That is why we have to love the way we love, because someone needs it. It's the misunderstanding of the feminine versus masculine. And there is, like I said, there is masculine that have more feminine tendencies, but people write things into it. Forget that. Just don't write nothing into that crap. That's ridiculous. All too often, when we experience a moment of great hurt or loss, we can feel alone, as if no one could possibly understand the depths of anguish we are feeling. Whether to be the end of a marriage or friendship, the death of a loved one, or a battle with mental illness, we can sometimes find ourselves weighed down by pain and suffering and blind to the beauty and love that surrounds us. Loss of any kind causes us to experience a range of emotions, including sadness, fear, confusion, guilt, regret, anger, and betrayal. Sometimes we can even experience a complete absence of emotion. To think of the future serves only to add to the burden of sorrow, because all hope seems gone. The Five of Water is a challenging card because it is not one that offers any real comfort. Loss is something we all experience, and we, if are ready, vulnerable, and sensitive to hurt, then it can be overwhelming. The death of a loved one, the loss of a friend, being betrayed by someone we trust and love. There are no words of comfort that will lessen the pain we feel. The Five of Water symbolizes the need to allow yourself to work through your grief and to take as much time as you need. Allow the emotions to flow and flow along with them, but not to the extent that they threaten to overwhelm you or have you lashing out at others. You need to remember that you have people around you who love you. Look up. While you may feel alone, you are not. There are people around you who have also experienced loss. They know, they understand, allow them to be there for you in the time of need. Yeah, we all have to think about that. Now, with that card, we got the Eight of Swords, restriction. So what's she restricted by? The Eight of Swords means change. And this eight sees you on the brink of that change as you realize the way you're being restricted by your circumstances at work or in a relationship or a project. The card often shows a relationship is on lockdown because one of you is not free to make a commitment. And additional meaning is being bound by too much responsibility. Get practical and see that you are in control of your own future. Regardless of what others think, you can free yourself by being less tolerant of the demands of others. Yeah, we don't want to do everything for somebody else and they do nothing in return. We got to be careful with that. Okay, now one more card come out, and I kept it because after that restriction card, somebody is restricted. But the Ten of Cups wanted to come out because it's completion. Love grows and bonds deepen in romance. Your social and family connections grow and thrive. Anything you do with others is favored now. For celebrations or team sports, any old disagreements are overcome in the spirit of togetherness. Children thrive, and your home is a hive of activity. Equally, you enjoy prosperity and work success. An additional meaning of this 10 is finding your dream home and having children. You can feel blessed for the life you have. It's time to celebrate. We are going to have a lot of celebration when everything goes down, and I can't wait. Now, we're going to put all this aside. We've got our messages for this, and we got one more card. And the Magic Spirit Oracle, and I love this card. It's a 30. 3, the divine message, the mother, father, and son. And it says, am I crazy or is it the moon? She's doodling, and she's a shaman. Lunatic Insight Cosmos. I choose to listen and dance to the secret song of the universe. Ooh, my husband likes to dance. He's always trying to get me to dance. The crazy, the shaman, the one who sees. Lunatic is a word derived from the Latin word luna, meaning moon. So a lunatic is one who is moonstruck. There is a face on the moon. Can you see it in the night, even when others cannot? This is the great paradox of the mystic. You hear the whispers that others cannot. You hear the secret song of the universe. It is okay to be an outsider in a world of conformity and contentment, a world where those who are different are met with rejection from society, even if they are the shamans, the seekers, and artists who point us to the way of truth, soul transformation. The moon is beaming sacred truths, mysteries, and visions to the ones who can receive them, the one who is open to them. Some people have a special gift of insight that is revealed to them during certain times. It is in the divine order of the cosmos for those who are chosen. Pulling the shaman card can be a call to embrace more of your crazy side, or tune into more at this time. You may be judged by others, but what you gain is far superior to their disapproval. The world needs more mystics and shamans to show us the soul of the world, to point us away from the suffocation of too much conformity, mundanity, and stagnation. The energy behind this card is that of dreams, ideas, and visions, especially spiritual and creative ones. Express, act on, create, and share what you are receiving from the mysterious. Harness your own power of insight. Do not let it fade away and dim within you. In other words, use it or lose it. The more you do, the stronger it will become. Yeah, I completely agree. We need to pay attention to which secret songs of the universe come to you at this time. And when you hear them, don't forget to dance. You can try staying up a bit later than you usually do, lighting a candle and seeing what comes through. Spending time in spiritual solitude will greatly embrace this time for you. Guided meditations that specifically open your third eye will be beneficial. So that's a beautiful message for today. Check her out. She's got sparkles coming out of her hair, and she's got purple hair, and she just doesn't care about anything. She's a shaman. Look at the magic going to the moon. All right, everybody. Now that was a great reading, and I hope everybody has a beautiful Wednesday. And I love everybody, and may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you.